You know, if there's one thing this franchise goes to prove, it's that more of the same isn't always a bad thing. Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, this is like the 6th film in the franchise, once again seeing Tom Cruise return to his iconic role now as Ethan Hunt, a secret agent who does all kinds of crazy shit. And let's not kid ourselves, that's why we come to these movies. It's to see Tom Cruise put his life at serious risk. It's like, I can't believe that the insurance companies with these studios even allow him to do this. I know they wouldn't with every star, but I admire his dedication. I admire his passion for what he does, and it is quite entertaining. As a result, we all get to reap the benefits. Say what you will about the Mission Impossible franchise, but except for maybe the second one, it's one of the most like consistent franchises in just being entertaining, just flat out entertaining. And that's all this really is meant to be. These are not weighty films. You know, you're not supposed to take their plots very seriously, and this is no exception. I mean, if there is something in this movie, plot-wise, characterized, or whatever, that really ends up shocking you, then you need to get out more. Not like any Mission Impossible film, you know, the plot isn't that important. Basically, this is a direct follow-up or continuation of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the last Mission Impossible film. It has the same villainous organization that has kind of evolved here. And you see a lot of the same ensemble characters returning again from the past couple of films to this one, including Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, and Alec Baldwin. And that's really why I enjoy these last like 3 Mission Impossible films, maybe more than other films in the franchise. The exception of the first one, is because they got the formula right. It's not just like the Tom Cruise show. He has an ensemble cast around him to really make it continuously interesting and allow the audience to kind of jump around from location to location without having to follow the exact same character every time. We also have Henry Cavill showing up in the film, and I'm really happy to see him kind of take on a role that isn't, you know, Superman. Say what you will, he has some pretty bad scripts to work with sometimes in those films, and I believe his acting abilities have a lot more to bring to the table. We saw a little bit of that in Man from U.N.C.L.E., where he got to play kind of the suave, debonair secret agent. Here, without giving away too many spoilers, he definitely kind of goes to his darker side and kind of gets to play somewhat of an antagonist type role in this film, and he does it really, really well. I thought he was charismatic, I thought he was interesting, and I thought he was threatening when he needed to be, and I really would like to see him explore more characters like this in the future. And while I really enjoyed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, which is directed by Brad Bird, I really, really love what Christopher McQuarrie is bringing to the table here. He writes and directs the last 2 films, both Rogue Nation and Fallout, and he brings this kind of gritty, you know, real world-esque feeling to the Mission Impossible franchise as much as you possibly can to the Mission Impossible franchise. The stunts are crazier than ever, but they're filmed and executed so perfectly. McQuarrie really has an eye for action. I think he steps up his game tenfold in Mission Impossible Fallout. The stunts we're seeing in this film are the best out of the Mission Impossible franchise, and I expect the next film to top that. I mean, it's only a matter of time, folks, before they go to space. But this isn't the type of movie that I can like really sink my teeth into and do like a 1-hour video. I mean, it's just exactly what you think it is. If you liked the last, you know, 2 or 3 Mission Impossible films at least, then you are going to enjoy this one. The only scenario I can imagine where somebody enjoyed the previous films and they're not enjoying this one is because of franchise fatigue or something like that. But again, as I mentioned at the beginning of my review, what's most successful about the Mission Impossible franchise is the fact that it just sticks to the formula that works. They're basically like the same movie over and over again, just wrapped in even more fun and intense packaging each and every time. So if you like the other films, you're going to enjoy this one. If you didn't like the other films, you're not going to enjoy this one. I don't really know how else to make that more clear. So go ahead and comment below, guys, and tell me what you think of the Mission Impossible franchise and Mission Impossible Fallout. Where do you think it ranks among the other Mission Impossible films? Personally, it would probably go Ghost Protocol, which is just the most fun I've ever had with a Mission Impossible movie, and I continue to kind of go back to that one because it is just such a great time. Then probably Fallout, then Rogue Nation, then Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 3, and then the John Woo movie. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to click like below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, go ahead and click subscribe.